Welcome to Sisters in Crime's Murder Monday, where authors talk about their crime craft. My name is Jacq, and I'm a copywriter, occasional broadcaster, podcaster, and member of Sisters in Crime Australia, where we've been celebrating women's crime writing since 1991. My guest for this month's Murder Monday is the Mumbai-based author Meeti Shroff Shah, the creator of the Temple Hill Mystery Series. Hello, Meeti.
Hi, Jacq. This is lovely.
I'm so
Thank you for
excited. So this is going to be a bit of a lengthy introduction because Meeti is an incredible writer. So have a listen to this. She is an award-winning copywriter, a content writer, and a mum as well. And when she isn't busy writing ads that make toothpaste sound like an aphrodisiac, Meeti can be found with a cup of ginger tea plotting murder. Meeti's first book in the Temple Hill series was a Mumbai murder mystery, also published as The Death of Kirti Kadakia. Did I get that right? Almost.
let's say yes. Let's say yes.
And was longlisted for the prestigious CWA New Blood Dagger in 22, shortlisted for the Times of India Author Awards in 23. Her sleeve is the award-winning novelist Radhi Zaveri, and I've tried to roll my R's on that one. I know that I have it
At
kind of
the end of
hidden.
it, you'll get there, Jacq. You'll get there.
Now, Arati returns to Mumbai and lands herself in the middle of a mystery when she discovers that the father of her pregnant best friend has killed himself. Or has he? Meeti's crime fiction has also been shortlisted for the CWA Short Story Dagger in 2025, the Marjorie Allingham Short Mystery Prize in 24. Her second novel, A Matrimonial Murder, which you're going to love, has been nominated for the People's Book Prize UK in 24, was shortlisted for this year's CWA. Who done it, Dagger? And Meeti, this, I'm trying to give you the introduction you deserve, and I'm stumbling over my words. Could you give us an elevator pitch for a matrimonial murder?
With gladly. This is what the books look like. I think I love the covers.
Aren't they gorgeous?
I just love them. A matrimonial murder is set at a very elite matchmaking bureau in Mumbai. It's called Soul Harmony, and it is run by a very powerful matchmaker who wields a lot of influence in that part of the town. And my protagonist, Radhi Zaveri, she's a writer and she's working on a book on arranged marriages. And she's spending a few days at the matrimonial bureau, taking some interviews when she stumbles upon the dead body of a woman. And very quickly, we realize that things at Soul Harmony are not as harmonious after all. And the police begin their investigation. And Radhi is continuing to ask her own questions, and she's talking to matchmakers and astrologers and wedding planners and even the clientele who frequent the bureau, which mainly includes these anxious mothers who are there to enlist their daughters and sons at the bureau. And as she talks to all of these people, she realizes that the business of matchmaking is serious, deadly serious. And just how deadly, we're going to find out.
That's brilliant. And it doesn't even come close to when you open up the pages and you dive in, you are swallowed in like a sensory overload. You've got the heat, and you've got the sense, the smells, the people, and the color. It's fantastic. But we have our questions that
Not,
we have to
not
ask.
to mention the food.
Oh my God, the food is amazing. I mean, I don't know how you can.
Everybody, people keep telling me they get hungry reading it. So,
Absolutely. We have to Meeti, who are your writing inspirations?
ah, so many, right? I mean, I've grown up reading mysteries right from Agatha Christie to Dorothy L. Sayers to, if you come to the present day, I am a big fan of Louise Penny, the Canadian author.
Yes, so
uh,
good.
Sujata Mase,
Yep.
Wasim Khan, there are Speedy James, there are so many writers whom I admire, and there's so much to learn from all of them.
Yep. I'm just like, and the Fasim Khan and the Sujata Masi. And I know exactly who you're talking about. They're amazing.
Yeah, like for instance, Louise Penny, she, in terms of just craft, she writes about this beautiful village in Quebec, and it's snowing and the fire is crackling, and she describes her food. And I am vegetarian, Jack, and she's talking about bacon sandwiches, and she's talking about lamb skewers, and despite being vegetarian, I'm salivating, and that's because that's her skill. That's the skill with which she sort of describes the world of her
Yeah.
mysteries. And she's a big inspiration for me, yes.
Well, I think anyone who has read your books will understand exactly that because I'm sitting there reading your work, salivating.
Yeah, then
What's
then job well.
what started you on a life of crime?
Uh, Early tastes. Like I said, I grew up with like Nancy Drews was my first introduction to mysteries, and since then, I've always been drawn to. It's my comfort read. If I'm on
Yeah.
holiday, I want to read a good mystery. It's just very satisfying
Yes.
to read it. And so when I thought of writing fiction, you know how they say, write what you want to read. So
Yeah.
that's how I
Uh,
got into it.
how do you work out plot twists or red herrings?
I do a significant amount of outlining before I begin
Ah,
because
so you're a planner.
I'm a planner. I'm a plotter, especially because of the genre I'm writing. I mean, I
Yes.
think if you have to make a tight mystery with a very aha moment in the end, if you want
Mhm.
that moment for your readers, then you have to answer every question at the end. You have to tie up every loose end. Every thread
Mhm.
that you've sort of unraveled needs to be nicely tied up in the end. And for that to happen, a fair amount of plotting needs to take place. So when I before I begin writing, I have a lot of plot twists and red herrings already in place,
Yeah.
which is not to say that the characters don't surprise me, because very often they take a life of their own and they're ordering what they like at the cafe regardless of what I had in mind, and they're getting into arguments when I hadn't envisaged one for them. So the
Yeah.
characters do have a life of their own, but I think having a roadmap to follow is reassuring, and
Hmm.
it sort of ensures that uh, you write a satisfying mystery at the end.
Fantastic. Oh, I'm thinking you might say Gamache, but who is your favorite crime character?
Crime character.
Mm.
Um, there is this. I used to read MC Beaton. I don't know if you've heard of her. And I mean, it's a pen name for a writer. I don't know her real name, but MC Beaton. And she used to write this character called Hamish Macbeth.
Oh my
He's a
goodness. Yes.
Highlander. He's this bumbling Scottish Highlander who's always hungry, and he's a policeman. He's a detective. Like a
Yeah.
detective. He becomes the main detective in her series, and I really enjoyed that character.
It's
Yeah,
just like I wasn't expecting that one at all.
yeah. No, he was fun to read.
I know because he's thoroughly miserable, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's got this large family, and he's got this perpetual crush on, I forget
Yes,
the
yes,
female
she's
lead.
always
He's got
out of
Yeah,
reach.
she's got this perpetual crush on her, and he does nothing about it, and he's a frustrating character, and he's clever, but for someone so clever, how can he be such an oaf? So I do like
It's
reading him.
fantastic. What is your writing routine?
I'm a morning person,
Hmm.
so I when the times when I'm actually writing a book, I like to kind of wake up and just kind of jump right into it.
Yeah.
Because afternoon, my energies sort of flag, and the afternoons I reserve for all the business of being human and
Yes.
working in the professional world. So
Yeah.
I'm writing emails and answering all my correspondence, and then post that my daughter comes home from school, so I like spending a few hours with her homework and ferrying her.
Yeah.
So from classes, so being the mum, doing the mum things in
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah.
things. So the writing parts happen in the morning for me. Yeah.
Ah, fantastic. And this one was, are you a plotter or a pantser? But we've already answered that. So the
Yeah.
next one, it seems appropriate. Do you have a favorite food when you write?
I was just talking to my nutritionist yesterday who scolded me for my for munching because when I'm writing, I get very hungry and I
Yes.
try to keep all sorts of healthy things at hand so I'm not tempted to go into the kitchen. Like I'll keep seeds and I'll keep fox nuts
Yeah.
and chana, which in English you'd call like chickpeas. But
Mm-hmm.
so things like salted chickpeas and healthy stuff like that.
Does
But
it work?
clear, sorry, no. And this, my nutritionist scolded me. She's like, you can't be constantly munching while you are. You need to sort of give it a break. So that's where we are at.
That's a
So healthy.
very honest answer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who do you turn to for help with your writing?
Uh, for me, it's a very solitary process.
Mm-hmm.
When I am writing and if I'm stuck, it's just a matter of, I mean, I don't like to talk too much about it.
Yeah.
It's the process is very internal. The struggle is very internal.
Mm-hmm.
But once I'm done, my husband's is my usually my first beta reader, and I trust his judgment because by the time I come to the end of the book,
Yeah.
I've usually lost perspective on whether my cliffhangers are working, whether
Right.
the surprises and the twists are
Actually
shocking enough.
surprises a twist. Yeah.
Yes, because I don't know anymore because I mean, I have lost perspective completely. So I do depend on him to tell me if all of that is as
Yeah.
strong as I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's the best reaction you've had to your writing?
The reactions to the food and the world building because when I started writing the first book, this is not a culinary mystery, as you know. This is
Yeah.
not based in a restaurant. It doesn't involve a cook or a waiter or a bakery, or it has nothing to do with food, right? The
Mm.
mystery itself and the world itself. But when I was reading the Amazon reviews for it and people reaching out for the very first one, everybody was reacting to the food and how they were looking for the closest curry restaurant in town because of they got hungry reading it midway. So I realized then that this was really working for the book,
Yeah.
and and it was surprising for me to sort of that this is what the people are reacting to so much. But having said that, I realize now because the community I come from, we are Gujaratis, and food is a very integral part of our world. I mean, it's the highest form of hospitality that we know.
Yeah.
You if even if a neighbors drop by, you will ply them with tea and snacks before they go. And
Yes.
if you're hosting a lunch or a dinner, it's a production. It's a multi-course, and I'm talking about for a regular get together, not even on a like holidays or anything like that. Like a regular lunch and dinner will be a multi-course production. So, and I call it a production because there are people involved and there there's a lot of yeah. So I without realizing that part of my life had seeped
Mhm.
into the right.
I think it hits home to a lot of people who have families who, and the social scenes are set around food, and love being food, and
Yes.
hospitality being food, and everything being food, and and you have to eat but don't eat, and and all the rest that comes with it, especially aunties. Um, how many drafts do you do before you hand it in?
Um, Not very many because
Hmm.
my first draft is a very, very slow, careful draft.
Hmm.
I edit as I go along.
Oh,
There are some writers who will finish the first draft and then they come back to the
yep.
and read the whole thing again. For me, every day I write and then I go the next day I edit what I have already written and then I move forward. Because I mean, for me, it's not fathomable to sort of leave everything so messy. I mean, my
Yes.
mind would not be able to process
Hmm.
that level of mess. So I do write in a big rush and then I go back and edit it the very next day. So by the time I actually reach the end of my book, it's a fairly solid first draft. And then I just have a couple of people who beta read it for me.
Hmm.
And Once I've kind of, if I have any plot holes or anything that requires fixing, I'll fix that and then hand it off to my agent and so
Wow.
on.
Do you think that your copywriting has put you in this sort of process of writing where you write and then edit and then write and then edit?
This takes a copywriter to a copyright it takes a copywriter to be able to identify that. That's exactly what has
Yeah.
happened, because I've really thought about why I work. Because what happens is then the work is excruciatingly slow.
Yes.
But because of my copywriting days, where every headline we would spend hours on any kind one headline, right? Like
Hmm.
we're sort of balancing it and until those 4 5 words on the page sing. So because of that training, and I've had it for more than a decade, because of that, I find it impossible to to have loose writing in my
Hmm.
drafts as well, and it really bothers me. So you've got it. You've hit the nail on the head.
And what is the hardest part about being a writer, do you think?
The 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 deadlines are all internal, and
Hmm.
there's a fair amount of self discipline, because there is nobody at the other end waiting with bated breath for my book, and no one's following me up, unlike when I was in my advertising days.
Yeah.
We would have a team of servicing people chasing us to submit the work. Unlike that, there is literally no one out there waiting for it. So the all the deadlines, all the pressure, all the motivation, everything needs to be internal,
Yeah.
and that requires a fair amount of discipline. So I think that's the really hard part of writing
Do you
a
think it'll be
book.
harder than giving up chickpeas while
Giving
writing?
up to
Giving up
sorry.
chickpeas while writing, will that be hard as well, or is it the deadline?
Oh, I see, this is day one for me of giving up my fox nuts and all of that. So, like I wasn't kidding you when I said I spoke to my nutritionist yesterday.
It's like, well, I'm glad we can provide a bit of a distraction. At
Yeah,
least.
we'll find out. Ask me in a month's time how successful I've been.
And our final question, because time has flown. Um,
Yeah.
the final question, which we ask everyone, is how would you get away with murder?
Look, I wouldn't. I am a terribly transparent person with a terrible poker face. My husband says I can't seem to lie to anybody without being caught. So the only way I can get away with murder is in a book. There is no part of me that can survive the guilt. So just no fun. Like completely dysfunctional I'd become if I was laden with that kind of guilt. So I
So
wouldn't get away.
theory only works well.
On paper, everything's
Yes,
on paper.
everything's.
Yes. Yeah.
Meeti, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Mumbai. It's absolutely wonderful to have you here, and I know that your series will find a big audience here in Australia. Murder Monday interviews are available on Sisters in Crime YouTube channel at 6 p.m. once a month on a Monday. We are joined by the amazing Meeti Shroff Shah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.